We ask that all guests and team members comply with the following. Everyone is required to wear a face covering during their visit. Remember to wash your hands with soap and water often for at least 20 seconds. You must practice physical distancing.
Hi guys, I'm out in the world today. I just got to Universal CityWalk. I haven't been to Universal CityWalk or to Universal Studios in probably like 15 years. It's been quite a while, but yeah, I haven't been here in a really long time. I have been feeling though like I need to get outside and do something. And this morning I went to Starbucks on my way to work, and I had asked for an iced coffee and they gave me a hot coffee. And normally I would have just taken it and that would have been fine, but it's like very hot this weekend. It's like, today it's like 95, I think. And I just couldn't do it. But as you might know, if they have to remake your coffee, usually they give you the incorrect one, like assuming you want it. Like, so if it's, as long as it's dairy free, I will usually take it, and then that kind of changes the course of what kind of day I'm gonna have, because instead of having 2 espresso shots, now I have 4. And I felt like if I stayed in my house all day today, it could get weird. Also, I'm trying to open. I had to stop on my way here. I had to make a couple of stops on my way here. I had to stop at the pet store to get some food for Pensone. We're gonna just do a little shopping haul in here before I go inside. I had to get him some food. He's been having, I mentioned in other videos and Instagram and stuff, some like teeth issues. He should be fine. He's on antibiotics, and he should be okay, but it's a little bit weird for him to eat. I can tell it's just a little uncomfortable for him. He eats kind of slowly, and I've noticed that when I give him this type of food, I've never tried this brand before, but I usually get the Stella and Chewy ones that's like similar little nuggets. It seems like he has an easier time, and I think because instead of like, you know, cats like to lick their food, he can just like chomp it in one little morsel, and I feel like that's easier for him. So I wanted to get the Stella and Chewy one, but the pet store I went to didn't have it, so we're gonna try this one. And yeah, he's never had this one before, but we'll still keep like his regular food as his main meals. This will just be like to get a little bit of extra calories into him, because I know he has lost a little bit of weight while he's had this thing going on, so he's gonna have this as some snacks. And the other stop that I had to make was at Target, because I got attacked by mosquitoes, and I probably have between 10 and 12 mosquito bites in various parts of my body right now. The worst one is on my arm right here, and I realize I show you that very quickly because I don't want to show you up close because it looks pretty terrible. But I have them all over. But anyway, I went to Target because I wanted to get Band-Aids. So I got a Band-Aid to put on my arm before I go in there. I actually got attacked by mosquitoes a couple weeks ago, maybe like closer to a month ago, and people told me to use hydrocortisone cream. I feel like this video just took like kind of a personal turn, but people told me to get this, and I didn't listen because I just wanted to tough it out. But this time it's too much. So supposedly this will help with the itching and swelling. And again, sorry if this is too personal. I'll stop talking soon. What I also found is these patch bandages. And they had a few different varieties. They had like this one for bites and splinters, which I feel like is a weird combination, because you think like bites, you'd want something that's anti-itching. But they had one for kids, they had one for like scrapes and cuts, and they had a third one which I think was for like burns and rashes or something like that. This is not what I thought I was going to be talking about today. But anyway, I got these. It has activated charcoal. I really don't know if this is gonna do anything. It just says activated charcoal is known for its health benefits that may help splinters, bites, and irritated wound types. So I don't know, we'll see. The one on my arm isn't that itchy right now. I think the bad part is over. It just looks ugly. So I'm gonna cover it. That is the main purpose of having I seriously, oh, I just had to use my woman power. The bad part is over, I think, and yeah, I just need to cover it because I don't want people looking at it. And I also don't want to like absent-mindedly like scratch it or touch it while I'm in there, and I also don't want it to get infected. So again, I feel like I've used like a lot of not cute words in this introduction. I've talked about rashes, I've talked about infections. It's like right on the arm hair too. This is gonna not feel good when I pull it off. Okay, so I got my Band-Aid. It's like chic black. I'm also gonna take these in there with me just in case like I need to put on some more while I'm in there if this one like miraculously works. I also got this lint roller because I have cats and I work with cats, and if you have cats or associate with cats, you probably know these face masks are like magnets for cat hair. Like both sides, it doesn't really matter. Like I have it on my face and you can see cat hair stuck to it on the outside, and then on the inside there's cat hair stuck to it, so I can feel it like on my face, and it sticks to my chapstick and it gets like in my eyes, and like it's bad. So I've been wanting to get, I feel like every person has a lint roller, but I feel like I'm past the point where I'm just like, there's gonna be pet hair on everything, there's like not much I can do about it. So how does this work? Oh, okay. So it twists up, and this is the lint roller part. It's not sticky. I think I need to peel a layer off. But then it like just goes back inside. So you know, like the regular kind of lint roller where the thing is just exposed, and like every time you reach for it, it already has like hair and lint and stuff stuck to it, because it's probably been in a drawer somewhere just like collecting everything. So yeah, I like this design. And before I go in there, I'm going to de-lint my face mask. Oh no. Okay, let's do it. Like I can feel it on my face too. I want to just like, it works. It works. Don't judge. It's gonna be sad when I'm like, hey guys, sorry for talking about weird stuff when you just tuned in to watch a video about Universal City Walk. But I bet you like this is gonna be the most interesting part of the video. So if you hate this, then just tune out now. Okay, I think we're good to go. How do I do this back? Okay, there we go. I like this. Ooh, I like it. Okay, I'm gonna go in there. I'm in my car sweating. I feel like also another reason I wanted to get outside is because it's like pretty hot in my house, and I feel like by me not being there, like with all the windows closed and the electronics turned off and everything, and like I feel like it'll kind of cool down during the day. And I also thought like, you know, getting outside and walking around and feeling a breeze would be like nice, but it's not one of those kinds of days. It's just hot. There's no pleasant breeze. It's just hot. And so I don't know, I might regret doing this on this day, but it's fine. I'm probably not gonna be there for very long. I thought about stopping to eat at Suncafe, which is really nearby. From what I understand, Universal City Walk doesn't have a ton of vegan options. Like there are definitely decent vegan options, like you're not going to not have anything to eat. I know there's a Blaze Pizza, there is a Taco Bell, there's a Subway, there's a couple of other like smaller places where you can get random things. I think there's a place like Wolfgang Puck's or something, you can get pasta. I also considered getting, there's like a place that has chips and like tableside guacamole. I don't think places are doing tableside guacamole because that's not a socially distanced activity, but you might be able to just get behind the scenes made guacamole. I thought about doing that depending on how crowded it is. I've actually not eaten at any like patio. Wow, that's excessively loud. I haven't eaten at any like outdoor patio situations yet, but I might if it's not crowded, which I don't think it will be. It's Universal City Walk. No offense. All right, I'm gonna stop talking now and go in there, and I will take you with me. Voodoo Donuts with the intention of getting 1 donut, and I ended up leaving with 4. I really wanted an apple fritter, but I left with also a voodoo doll and the Portland cream donut, and also an extra apple fritter because I guess when she was putting the first one in the box, it broke. And she was like, well, we'll just give you that one and then we'll give you a new one, which was kind of unnecessary because, I mean, the broken donut tastes just as good as the new one, but I'm not gonna say no. Speaking of which, you might notice a theme on this day. This is also the day that I got an extra coffee for free. And let me tell you, I did not go to sleep until like 3 a.m. and I was up at like 5:30 the next day. And I'm like a typical like in bed by 9:30, up at 5 kind of person, so that really threw me off for the rest of the week. Anyway, back to the donuts. I got them to go thinking that I would maybe taste one as I'm leaving and then go to Suncafe and eat on their patio, but I took a bite of the apple fritter, and next thing I know, I had eaten the whole thing, and then I wasn't really hungry for Suncafe anymore. But I'm not in that area very often. Honestly, Suncafe is probably one of my favorite places to eat in LA, and I think I've only been there like 4 times just because I'm never really in the neighborhood. So I decided, and this seemed risky, but it turned out okay, I decided to get it to go. And my go-to order there is I get their nachos, which are raw, but you can get them with tortilla chips or you can get them with jicama chips, which is the raw option. Tortilla chips are cooked. And I like to get them with half and half. So that's what I got, and I live like an hour away from Suncafe, almost an hour. So I was like not really sure how this was gonna work out. Like, was I gonna get home to like some soggy like nacho mess? But Suncafe packed up everything like separately. All of the toppings were separate, and then they just give you a clamshell like to-go box with the jicama and the tortilla chips. So basically you get it home and then you add all the toppings on yourself, which was perfect because not only did it like arrive home totally fine, like it was very fresh tasting and everything was great, but I ate half of it that night and I ate half of it the next day. And the jicama chips were like a little funky. Like, I mean, they were still fine. It was just the texture. They just weren't quite as fresh as they were the day before, but they were still good. I still ate all of them. And honestly, like, I would say that that was the highlight of the day, not going to Universal Studios, but coming home and eating takeout and watching Disney Plus with my pets, which is kind of hilarious because I've spent like 95% of the last, what, 5 months hanging out at home with my pets. And I spend 2 hours away and I'm like, should I go eat at the beautiful outdoor patio? No, I better go home because I miss my dog. Anyway, about Universal. So it was a little more crowded than I expected. I definitely thought it would be less crowded than Downtown Disney, and it was like kind of close. But then again, it was a weekend and I kind of knew this going in, that like all of these places, whether it's Downtown Disney, like any kind of place that draws people to like outdoor dining patios and stuff like that, they're gonna be more crowded on the weekends. And I had originally planned to go during the week, but my plans changed. So I would say that if you are wanting to go, but you really want to go when it's kind of dead and want to avoid the crowds, probably be better to go on a weekday and like during the day, like while people are at work if you can. What else? I did see a couple more people not wearing masks. Like I said, at my Downtown Disney visit, everyone was really being on top of like wearing their masks and only taking them off in the designated areas. But at Universal CityWalk, I noticed a couple people, like when I was in line at Voodoo Donuts, someone took her mask off and was just kind of hanging it off of her ear, just like standing there. And I mean, yeah, we were in the socially distanced line, but like you're still supposed to keep it on. And there were a few other people that I saw. It was still, I mean, 99% of the people that I saw were still being good about wearing their masks, but it just, I didn't see anyone taking them off at Downtown Disney, and here it was like there were a couple people. And at Downtown Disney, from what I've heard from other people going, I've only been there once, but I've heard from other people that the cast members are really on top of, if they do see someone, and usually it's little kids, take their mask off when they're not supposed to, they will come and like ask them to put it back on. But at Universal, I didn't really see anyone doing that. Like most of the people that I saw working were like custodial staff, and they were kind of focused on their job. And I saw a few security people, but it seemed like they were kind of just stationary, and probably if they saw someone right in front of them doing something, maybe they would say something, but there were like large areas of people where I didn't see anyone kind of keeping an eye on things. And so that was one of the reasons that I didn't end up eating there. Like I said, I thought about stopping and eating on the patio somewhere, but it was just a little bit crowded. It seemed like things weren't being as enforced as they should be. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was still, I would give it like a B minus, but I didn't want to spend more time there. Plus it was so hot, you guys. Like it was so hot. I was thinking like at least I could spend some time outside and like walk around, take some footage of random things. And I also really wanted to see, like I said, I haven't been to Disneyland. I haven't been to Universal in, I think I said in the intro, like 15 years. It's probably been more like 10. But there's a lot of new stuff there that I haven't even seen yet. And I grew up as a big Harry Potter nerd, and I still haven't seen any of the Harry Potter stuff. And I've seen in other people's videos that from certain angles, like you can kind of see into the park and see part of like Hogwarts Castle and see like some other random stuff. I don't really know what's in there, but I've heard that, or I've seen from other videos that you can kind of get a glimpse of inside of the park. So I was really curious to see that, partly just as a Harry Potter nerd and partly as kind of a theme park nerd. And I'm like kind of curious to go to Universal once it's open again. But it was so hot that I literally, like, I came in, did a lap this way, came back this way, did a lap. I went into the little Harry Potter store, which I didn't spend too much time there because it was a little bit crowded and the shelves are kind of tight. So it's like there's not a lot of places to like pass people when there's people in there, which was kind of sad because I thought I would hang out in there for a little bit and like cool off before I go home. But I just like, I looked around really quick, left the store and then just went back to my car, and then I scarfed my donut. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Universal. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. I would definitely say that if you are going to visit Universal and you want to get great food in the area, don't eat there. Leave and go to Suncafe. It's like 5 to 10 minutes away, I think. So it's super close. It is a little bit on the pricier side, but I'm guessing some of the restaurants at Universal probably are too. So if you're going to be paying a little bit extra, you want to get the good stuff. So go to Suncafe. I think that's it. I'm going to end this video. I'm actually going to an event at Knott's next. I'm going to the Taste of Knott's event, which is, the park is still closed. And based on what I've seen, like this event is pretty well organized. It seems like there's a lot of empty space. There's a lot of like cleaning going on. There's a lot of like social distancing protocols. It looks really good. Like I wasn't even considering going because it is a ticketed event. And one of my concerns about going to places, and one reason that I'm a little more open going to places like Downtown Disney and Universal CityWalk, is that if I get there and I don't like it, like I can just leave. But with a ticketed event, you know, once you're in, you've already paid the money. If you decide to leave, then you're just out what you paid. But based on the videos I've seen, I felt pretty confident that I would be comfortable at Knott's. It seems like they're handling it really well, so I will definitely make a video about that. And it is a foodie event, which is actually another reason I assumed I wouldn't be going, because I figured that there's no vegan options there. But I checked out the menu, they posted it ahead of time, and it's like one of those things where you get little tabs and then you trade in your, actually I think it's like a QR code, but you get 5 things like that you can try. And there were more than 5 things that I would be willing to eat that were vegan. So I figured I would go and make a video about it and show you guys what the vegan options are. So I'm going to be going to that and I'll make a video. And if you have any questions about the Knott's event, you can let me know that too, and I will answer them in the video. Okay, I already said bye. I'm going to say it again. See you next time.